Hello, gorgeous humans. I think I'm live. Just give me a second to check out the new interface of Instagram Live because it's been ages since I've done this. Yeah, I can wave at people. Anyway, so guys, as promised, I'm going on a quick live today to talk about the energetics of showing up, of starting your business, and basically the energetics of being in service to other people. And the reason being why I'm sharing, why I was so called to do it, and especially on a live video, is because it has been recently really coming up to me from my clients or from people who follow me about, I have so many gifts and I know I can help people, but then I feel fear, doubt, insecurities, or confusion, or, I put myself out there, but nothing happens, right? So we're going to be talking really about not the 3D strategies, how you can make it happen, how you can start showing up and, really share your why you came here and your, gifts with people. We're going to be really focusing on the energetics of, moving forward, because it is energetics that are actually keeping most of us stuck in actually not moving past of just thinking and wishing to be in service to others. So if you are watching this on YouTube as a replay, you can drop your questions in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you are watching live with me on Instagram, and by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, those of you who are watching on YouTube, it's at I am Kristina Day. Those of you who are on live will be able to drop your questions at the end of the live stream. And also with the live videos, I haven't done it for ages, so please bear with me. One of my challenges is I love, when I'm in a zone, I really start talking. But I want to keep this straight to the point and very concise. So I've wrote down a bit of bullet points that I want to cover with you. So please bear with me if I look at the screen, because I want this to be as effective for you as possible. So give this video a like, hit some hearts so that I can know that this is helpful for you. But basically we're gonna have 3.5 points that I want to walk you through. And the first one, well, also a little bit on background before I forget, what inspired me. It was the other day, I was just sitting and editing healing audio for a private client of mine, and as I was editing it and I was listening to my voice as I'm guiding or performing an energy surgery for him, and I was really listening to myself and I'm like, who's this girl? I don't know this girl. Like, is this really me? Is this really the stuff I get to do, to really do an energy surgery, work with different lights and rays and different beings of light, and literally do an energy surgery on someone's human hologram? And I had this like epiphany, which felt like, how did I even get here? Right? Because it is when we start to do something so much that it just becomes a new normal, common sense for us, we start to forget how far we've came, right? But I wanted to really share a bit of my journey with you as well and give you examples so that you can really understand that, what I do today, you can do too, or something different, but you also can do, advanced stuff and help people in this beautiful way, because it's just a matter of journey and learning this thing. So I just want you to know, because I find that a lot of people, my clients, my audience, my friends, tend to put me on the pedestal because of all the energetics and, the awareness that I have and what I do. But in reality, it's, I'm just another human who learned this stuff, how to do this stuff, and I just enjoy doing these things, right? So with that being said, few years ago, I started self-development when I was 13 years old. So it's, quite a long time that I've been on. But I always knew I want to help people, and I always knew that I have gifts to support people. However, most of you will resonate with this. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to guide people. I didn't know how to show up. I didn't know specific energetical surgeries. I just knew that there's this big gift that I have of higher awareness and guiding people, but to start a business or to help somebody in a very precise way, hell no, I had no idea. And this is why I hear with a lot of my clients, they're like, oh, well, Kristina, you're doing this energy surgery. I will never be able to do that. Or how do I market myself? Or my friends telling me, like, I have this gift, but, I'm just so confused how to help. And a few years ago, I was exactly same. I was so confused. I knew I'm here to help. I knew I want to help. But how? How do I help? And this is where I will share with you this 3 points with you guys. So the step number 1 is to create clarity within yourself. Because if you are confused, your internal confusion manifests as the external confusion within your audience. People don't understand what you do, what you offer, because I find a lot of the times people are just putting out this inspirational content, inspirational information, hoping to get clients or traction, but actually what they do and what the main message of their help is really blurred, right? Because a lot of us are really connected with the higher realms. We receive information, but because we're not integrated ourselves, we don't fully feel safe on earth. We struggle to express ourselves or ground and manifest into the physical reality, right? So first and foremost, create clarity within yourself. And to break it down in a bullet point, so get crystal clear on what is main thing you want to do right now. What is the main thing you want to help with right now, right? So that can be broken down into first of all, is how I want to help. Offerings. What are going to be your services? Is it coaching program? Is it healing sessions? Is it art? Is it music? Is it a physical product? Is it a recorded material? Get freaking crystal clear. Right? And not with wishy-washy. When your content, when you put yourself out there, is not just to inspire, but actually to be in service to people. And then that content should lead them to an even greater service for those of people who want to go deeper. You have an offering, right? So get crystal clear what is the area, is it coaching, healing, art, whatever. Then within that, create an offering, core offering that you're going to help people with. And again, to create that, you need clarity within yourself, and this will create clarity within you. All right, so when you have this clarity for yourself, this will be crystal clear for people as well, right? So also really important. And again, guys, we're not talking about 3D strategy here. We're talking about energetics, because the problem why people hold themselves back is the energetics, not the I don't know how. Really what's important, to create what you want, the service, not from what I should or can do, but what brings me joy. Because trust me, I've tried so many times to do something that, I think I should do coaching, because that felt like the only thing I can do, when in fact I cannot stand coaching, right? And this is why I never offer coaching services. I offer mentorship, I offer healership, I offer guidance, but I'm just not type of person who will, just sit there and ask questions all the time when I clearly see where the problem is coming from, right? So you need to understand what are your strong points and really show up in service through that, not through what society or social media shows you what's possible to monetize. You will always be able to monetize as long as you're coming through into that through joy. Because trust me, been there, done that. If you're trying to do something and it doesn't bring you joy, it's not gonna bring financial return either, or it's gonna bring it up a bit, but plus a lot of suffering. And the last piece under the clarity, and this was really huge for me, understand what are the codes your soul came here to share, right? And if this resonates, please guys give a like so that I understand and have some feedback as well. But when you truly understand what are your codes, what are your not gifts, what are specific codes that you came here to assist with, right? The main thing, what's the transformational, what's the transformation, what's the shift I'm here to create in humans or on earth. From that, you will be able to create your offers, to create your services, to create your business, your online presence, and so on and so forth. And again, this doesn't have to be in coaching or direct service. It can be art, music, and so on. But you need to understand yourself before you can show up for others. And that brings us to the second point, which is work on yourself. And I know it may sound cliche, whoa, you need to work on yourself and so on and so forth, but it's absolutely crucial to work on your own healing, because if we do not work on ourselves and we do not heal ourselves, most of the time we will not be able to hold space for other people. We will not be able to hold space for other people. We will not be able to fully show up in unconditional love and service to people. Why? Because let's give you an example. You're sitting in a session and client starts crying, or a client becomes really frustrated. If you're coming and still holding and embodying your wounded self, your ego will be like, oh, I did something wrong. Oh, what's wrong with me? I'm gonna try to fix it. So instead of truly seeing and honoring their pain and their trauma and that they're going through the process, you're gonna be taking it on and internalizing. Is this really high level, unconditional service? No, it's still unconsciously you're centered on self because you haven't healed yourself. So, right, it's not that you have to be 100% healed. We're never going to be 100% healed. But we need to come and show up for other people in overflow, in abundance, not lack or scarcity, right? Not doing service just in order to prove to yourself that you can do this, right? So how to do that? First, you need to examine what are the doubts or are the fears or insecurities that you are experiencing that are coming up, and start uninstalling this, removing from your consciousness, from your energetical field, because those doubts, insecurities, and fears are not you, right? It's super important to separate yourself. And also, one of the things that I was talking about prior, understanding the codes that you came here to share, right? If you guys are kind of a bit like, I have a lot of gifts, but I don't understand the specifics, what are the codes that I'm here to share, I highly recommend checking out the 3-day program, Embody Your Purpose, through which you will understand how to really tune in what you came here to share. It's absolutely free. You'll find it via the link in my bio, all right? So 3-day program, Embody Your Purpose. So working on yourself, examining the doubt, insecurities, getting rid of that so that you can be centered, and really tuning into yourself. Who is the new emerging identity of mine that I'm going to be showing up and living as. Stop trying to create your future from your current self. Your current self is current self because it doesn't know how to create that version. So you need to connect with that version who is in service to other people. And this is why it's so important to work on yourself and do shadow work. Because to give you an example, I had my psychic abilities come online. I had my light language healing abilities. And I also worked with a mentor through light language program. And I still didn't believe or didn't register in my conscious mind that I can help people, right? So until I had a realization and neurological connection and I shifted my identity to, oh my God, I actually am a healer. I am a healer. Until I shifted and embodied the version of me who is able to support people with healing, I couldn't do it because I didn't see myself as a healer, even though I had the gifts. You see how it's important why it's so important to uninstall the beliefs and change the lens through which we're looking at ourselves in order for us to step into that new version of who you want to be, right? So, who is the new emerging version of you? Is it a healer? Is it an artist? Is it a coach? Is it, I don't know, artist or a musician or creating goods for people, a reader, whatever. There's so many things you can do. The next thing, work on yourself. Stop being in self-pityness, right? Stop repeating the story. I don't know how. I know my gift. I don't know how. Yada, yada, yada. No one cares. No one cares that you don't know how. To whom are you justifying and repeating the story? Only to yourself, right? So it's not that you don't know how. It's just an easy excuse to use. Oh, I don't know how. This is why I'm gonna do nothing to move forward, or this is why I'm gonna allow it to hold me back, right? Because again, as I said, guys, I didn't know how to do healing human hologram. I didn't know, or I didn't have psychic abilities. I didn't have light language healing abilities. I was a small, feeling insignificant, shy girl who just knew a lot of stuff. But it is truly through working on myself and healing myself and my wounds and uninstalling unhelpful patterns and thought forms from my consciousness that allowed me to move forward and step and embody the role of a healer, leader, guide, somebody who's able to hold space for others. And you also need to work to step into that role, right? And so instead of being in self-pityness, just being, all right, this is where I'm at now. I see my limitations. I see unhelpful thought forms, thought patterns. This is where I'm at. I accept myself, but I move forward and start taking one step at a time. And universe will provide the support, the people, the opportunities, the mentors, right? So the one quick point I want to talk about is strategy. So really map out, what do you want to do? What do you want to try? What are going to be the business form, or, is it art, or is it music, whatever. What is going to be your creation? Map it out. Map out your services, offerings, products that feel good. Or if you don't know necessarily what feels good to you, start taking action and don't be afraid to drop things along the way as you go and evolve, because that will show you what do you like and what you don't like, right? We people, especially coming from 9 to 5, we think, oh, this is who I am, bam, put yourself in a box, put a label on yourself, and then you are afraid to drop something or try new things. No, absolutely no. You try one thing, oh, this doesn't work. Oh, this one works, but I don't really necessarily enjoy it. drop it, try new one, and start playing around to eventually find the ultimate way of being of service that brings you joy and transformation to others, right? And obviously supports you financially. So again, with the strategy, focus on what are your strong sides and how spirit energy is coming through you. Is it through voice? Is it through music, art, holding space, guidance? Is it video creation, podcasts, written, right? Really tune into yourself. And again, this brings me to the point of that you have to know yourself. You cannot be in service if you don't know who you are, right? So the key is to know who you are, what you're good at, and then coming into service from a place of overflow and abundance, right? This is the true service, guys, not coming from a place of lack and self-pityness. And the last point that I want you to be aware is working with mentors. And working with mentors doesn't mean you cannot do this yourself, because a lot of people are either stuck in spiritual ego or are afraid to receive help. Have this heard numerous times, like, oh, I'm afraid to receive healing session, or I'm afraid to enroll into this program. My ego is like, we don't need help, or it means that I'm weak. It means I'm not capable. Bullshit. You are gifted and you're connected, but you're not always are aware what is the best way, what are the best ways. There, so many people have done this before you, and there are already invented great ways of doing things. So why the hell do you need to spend 2-3 years trying to figure it out from scratch? Take what already works and make it even better through your services, through your offerings, through your service to people. So working with mentors is incredibly amplifying and in service to you, because you're going to be receiving unconsciously through their energy field, through their frequency, their codes. Probably it's a mentor in the same area that you want to grow in. So not only you will be developing as a service provider, but you're going to be developing spiritually, energetically, activating your DNA of the codes that they already have. This is why I am telling you, get clear on your codes so that you can share this with your audience and with your clients. Next, when you are absorbing those codes, this will create even more clarity and even more certainty in what you do. So for example, to give you example of the codes, my codes that I came here to share is personal power, certainness, and full self-expression, right? So it's solar plexus and throat chakra. And guess what? Who are my main clients? People who are struggling with people pleasing, not fully believing in themselves, being extremely connected and intuitive, but just talking about it and not expressing it, right? Those are my people. Because intuitively they feel and they're drawn to my energy. So you need to fully embody and know who you are, so that then you can attract your soul tribe. You don't have to help everyone. You're only here to help a selective group, which will then create the ripple effect. But you need to know who the heck you are, right? So when you work with the mentors, obviously from strategic and practical things, you learn new methodology. But again, because you are held and guided by someone else, trust me, I'm speaking from experience, you will start to upgrade your methodology, and you will start to feel so much more grounded and embody it in your own art and your own service. All right? And that will create even more transformation for your clients and your audience. So with all of that, what we walk through, first creating clarity within yourself, working on yourself, mapping out, kind of your strategy, big picture, and then working with mentors. This will take you from, I have a lot of gifts, to being really specific about who you are, whom you're here to help, what are the codes you're here to share, and eventually over this journey will get you into this very specific work that you came here to share. Again, guys, I've been in self-development, working on myself for 15 years. I knew I'm here, I can help people, but I felt confused, like a loser, purposeless, because I knew too much, but I actually didn't understand the specifics, the methodology, the specific pains that people are having, and hence I was just an inspirational girl, right? So once you go through this journey, you will also understand your specifics and specific service, that not service in terms of like a buy service, but service, what your soul came here to be. And so in order to get to those specifics, you need to take action, you need to explore, you need to play and drop what you don't like, right? So one of my clients, he actually said, like, I have all of these ideas, but then, I cannot go and do stuff like you, energy surgery. And I said, well, what do you think? What do you need to do in order to get this clarity, in order to get a greater understanding with what you came here to share with people? I think he said to me, I need to think about it. And, if any one of you can relate, and that you will give me the same answer, that you need to think about it, but to be honest, I almost fell off my chair when he said that, because you don't need to think about it. How many times will you think and think and think? The thing is, thinking does not move us further. Thinking does not give us feedback. So we need to go and work with people. We need to go and offer our services. And if you need at the beginning to do it for free, just a couple of sessions in exchange for testimonial, to build up your confidence and to receive feedback, how you can improve on what people need and what do you like yourself, then do that, right? So it's not about thinking, but actually going out and playing there, right? So with that being said, thank you so much everyone who watched, who jumped on. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will do my best to answer, or maybe, shoot another video if it's a more complex question. If you need support in any of these, work with a mentor, heal yourself, working with your shadows, getting clarity, and so on, I do offer one-on-one support, right? The main one, as all of you know, is the Healing Human Hologram, where we really go through all of your chakra system, bioenergy field, removing imprints, belief systems, returning your chakra system and bioenergy field to 100% flow, so that we, don't get caught up in all of the, self-sabotaging behavior, but actually receive our downloads, communicate them, express them, take action and ground to manifest in the physicality. This is what I'm here for, to support you guys. And of course, I have also created multiple courses. The signature one is the Free Your Shadow, working with your suppressed emotions, beliefs, ego, inner child healing, all of that. So you'll find all the links in description or in the link via my bio on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing your creation, seeing you being in service, and you freaking rocking it, shining your light and supporting other people, and learning and quote unquote making mistakes in order to expand even more on your journey. All right, my loves, thank you for jumping on. I love you and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.